New video footage of a girl believed to be Celeste at David's concert in late August has surfaced, which would be the last date she was seen alive, but the internet is divided on the latest update about this footage. A girl who looks a lot like Celeste was spotted at David's concert on either the 23rd or the 24th of August in Silver Spring, Maryland. She was up on the balcony on the side of the stage, watching on, and it's hard to deny that she resembles Celeste. She looks a lot like her.
A new video just exploded online showing a girl who looks way too similar to Celeste popping up at a David concert, and people instantly started connecting dots. David reportedly looked nervous as the clip spread everywhere, and now folks are questioning whether he's really as innocent as he's been acting. At the same time, investigators seem to be tightening the pressure around him, and social media is going wild with theories. Things are getting messy fast, so here's what everybody's talking about. The heartbreaking case of 15-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez shocked the entire city after her decomposed body was discovered on September 8, 2025, inside the front trunk, the frunk, of a Tesla Model X connected to a young singer named David.
Images unfortunately aren't super clear, but her hair resembles the hair we know Celeste had from her photos. And she was also wearing a black tube top at this concert, which is what we know she was wearing when she was found dead in David's trunk based on police reports. In another video, we see David pointing at the girl on the balcony while he makes a half heart. The guy she's standing next to is also David's brother, which raises even more questions, and particularly how much did he know about Celeste and David's relationship?
The story hit hard immediately, and people online couldn't stop talking about it. Celeste, who was from Los Angeles and reportedly had a history of leaving home for periods of time, had been reported missing since April 2024. The last confirmed sighting of her alive came from security footage at a liquor store back in March 2024. That timeline alone had people raising serious questions. Her mother had also shared that Celeste was supposedly dating someone named David, but the family had never actually met him face-to-face. That detail instantly made people suspicious, and online detectives started digging deep from day one. Then things got even stranger when authorities revealed the Tesla had been towed to Hollywood Tow on Bluebird Avenue around September 3rd after it was found abandoned near Doheny Drive in the Hollywood Hills. The whole situation kept getting darker the more details came out. People around the area were saying that Tesla had supposedly been sitting there for almost a month before it finally got towed away. Workers at the tow yard reportedly started noticing a terrible smell coming from the vehicle, and once they alerted authorities, LAPD showed up and opened the frunk.
Now, the timing here is very important because the concert was about 12 days before David's abandoned Tesla was towed from the Hollywood Hills area near his house. Authorities have said that her body was very badly decomposed, which has led a lot of us to believe she would have had to be dead for at least some length of time before they found her. If that was her in the video, this raises the question of whether or not 12 days was enough time for her body to decompose to the state that it was in.
That's when they made the disturbing discovery of Celeste's remains. The entire case instantly took an even darker turn after that. Then came the autopsy update in late September 2025, and it only added more mystery to the situation. Officials said the exact cause of death was still pending toxicology results, but they did confirm that Celeste had already been deceased for several weeks before her body was found. That detail completely changed the timeline people had been following. If investigators were correct about the timeline, it would place her death sometime around late July or early August 2025, which was reportedly before David had even kicked off his tour. Online discussions exploded after that because people started questioning how everything could possibly fit together. Then on September 23rd, 2025, the internet completely lost it. A person commented under a true crime post about Celeste's case and uploaded blurry photos, along with a short video clip from David's August 24th concert at the Fillmore in Silver Spring, Maryland. One of the images showed a teenage girl wearing a black tube top and dark jeans standing in a VIP balcony area next to a young man people online identified as David's brother, Caleb Burke. Within hours, the clip spread everywhere like wildfire. Huge accounts reposted it, pulling in millions of views fast, and social media users started tearing apart every frame of the footage. The theories and reactions got intense almost immediately. If that girl at the August 24th, 2025 concert really was Celeste, then it would mean she was alive only 15 days before authorities discovered her body.
Now, I'm no expert on this stuff, but I will say I was in LA during September during this time, and it was extremely, extremely hot. So the fact that she was in a trunk, closed up, wrapped in plastic in that heat could potentially speed up the decomposition process, in my mind, but also according to ChatGPT.
That possibility sent the internet into complete chaos. Every platform was flooded with people trying to break down the footage frame by frame. Online users zoomed in on everything, especially the girl's chin cleft, which many claimed matched a known feature of Celeste. Others pointed to what they believed was David glancing toward the balcony during the show, saying it looked suspicious and way too intentional. Reddit threads exploded overnight with side-by-side comparisons. People were comparing screenshots from Celeste's last confirmed sighting in the March 2024 liquor store footage, including the recognizable Hello Kitty sandals she wore, against the girl seen at the concert. The theories got more intense by the hour, and social media turned into a full-on investigation board. Even major news outlets jumped into the story. Fox 11, Los Angeles aired a segment on September 24th and interviewed a concerned parent who claimed, "This girl on the balcony, that's Celeste. No cap. David's interacting with her crew. His brother Caleb's right there. That's chilling, bruh." The interview clip spread fast online and only pushed the speculation even further. By September 25th, the story had crossed international headlines, with outlets like The Independent in the UK also covering the viral footage. But what really had people hooked was the timeline, because that's where things started getting confusing and disturbing at the same time. Comment sections turned into non-stop debates over one huge question. Could a body really decompose that severely in only about 2 weeks? People argued back and forth non-stop, with some saying the timeline made no sense while others believed there could be explanations investigators hadn't shared yet.
Back to the video. Now, while the girl's features do look a lot like Celeste from what we've seen in the photos, it's really hard to know for sure. A lot of people have said she looks a lot older in these videos, and also her height and weight that was previously described doesn't seem to fully correlate with these images.
That's why the footage became such a massive focus in the case. If the person in that balcony really was Celeste, it would completely shift the entire investigation and raise serious questions about when she was actually last seen alive. If that really was Celeste at the concert, it would place her directly inside David's circle, standing at his show and possibly hanging around his brother. That possibility made the entire situation feel even more unsettling because it would shrink the timeline of her final days down to a very small window. People immediately started asking tougher questions about what may have happened leading up to her death and who might have been around her during that time. What began as people simply trying to identify someone in a blurry concert video quickly spiraled into a massive internet investigation. Social media users became completely obsessed with finding answers, and the online attention soon grew into something much bigger, with serious consequences for everyone connected to the case. Here's why the footage had so many people convinced they had uncovered a major clue. According to the timestamp, the video was recorded on August 24th, 2025, around 9:15 p.m. Eastern during David's performance at the Fillmore Silver Spring, located on Colesville Road in Maryland. The venue, known for hosting packed concerts, reportedly had a sold-out crowd that night, with tickets starting around $45. Now, the details in the clip are what really fueled all the speculation. At the beginning of the video, the camera moves toward a balcony overlooking the stage. Standing near the railing is a young woman believed to be somewhere between 16 and 20 years old. She's wearing a fitted black tube top, dark, high-waisted jeans, and layered necklaces. An outfit many online users claimed looked very similar to styles seen in Celeste's old social media photos from 2023. The girl appears relaxed, laughing while holding her phone, and viewers quickly focused on details like her visible chin cleft and straight dark hair parted down the middle. Standing nearby was a tall teenage guy in a hoodie that fans online identified as Caleb Burke, David's 19-year-old brother.
And now TMZ, who posted and reported on these videos, has updated their article to say that the woman in the videos is not Celeste Rivas, according to a source that is connected to the case. So that could potentially be even a police officer that has already looked into this in their investigation. The fact that they very clearly made this update and blatantly said it is not her according to their source connected to the case makes it sound like they are absolutely sure.
Two other girls wearing crop tops were also seen in the group, which only gave internet detectives even more material to analyze and debate. But what really set people off was what happened right after that moment. David suddenly pauses mid-lyric during his track, "Feel It," turning toward the balcony and pointing while flashing a smile at the group, In the clip, the audio is unclear, but viewers started lip-reading and swore he said, "Y'all up there wildin'." That small moment became a huge talking point online. He then waves toward them, and the girl waves back with visible excitement. Fans immediately ran with it, calling it flirty eye contact and linking it to the growing claims that there was some kind of hidden connection between them. What looked like a simple concert interaction to some people turned into a key clue for others trying to build a bigger story. After the video started circulating, more images surfaced online that added even more fuel to the speculation. One blurry backstage-style photo allegedly taken from Caleb's phone was shared through Discord leaks. It showed the same girl hugging Caleb after the show, with a timestamp reading 11:47 p.m. on August 24th. Another image, supposedly pulled from the venue's Instagram story before it was deleted, showed the balcony group posing together with glow sticks after the concert ended. These details stacked up fast, and to many online observers, it felt like the pieces were fitting together a little too smoothly, almost like a narrative forming on its own. The combination of timing, images, and interactions made the situation feel heavier and more complicated than a simple viral clip. If the sighting was accurate, it also seemed to align with David's tour schedule at the time, which reportedly had him performing across the Northeast from August 20th to August 28th. During that same period, his Tesla was left in Los Angeles, later receiving parking tickets dated August 28th and September 6th, adding another layer people latched onto while trying to map out where everyone was during those weeks. These details were crucial, but they got completely buried in the rush to label the girl in the video as Celeste. According to the medical examiner's report, Celeste was listed as being around 5 feet 1 inch in height and about 71 pounds in weight. Those physical details didn't really line up with what many people thought they were seeing in the concert footage, but that didn't slow the internet down one bit. By that point, the online crowd had already locked in on one conclusion, and they weren't backing off. To many viewers, the girl had to be Celeste. No debate, period. The idea that it could simply be a coincidence, just another person who happened to resemble her, was almost completely rejected because the viral story felt too complete, too neatly connected for people to let go of it easily.
But what makes this even more eerie is that if it's not her, the fact that David was hanging out with a Celeste lookalike at a time that Celeste was probably already dead. This just makes my skin crawl.
Then came the moment that flipped everything upside down and exposed how fast online speculation can spiral out of control. On September 25th, News Nation's Banfield show aired an exclusive segment that shut down the rumors. The girl seen on the balcony was officially identified as 18-year-old Mia Lopez, a dedicated David fan from Bethesda, Maryland. She had attended the concert with friends, including Kayla Burke, someone she had met through mutual TikTok connections. Mia came forward after the clip went viral, bringing clear proof of her identity. She provided her concert ticket showing seat B12 in the balcony section, selfies time-stamped from August 24th, and a photo of her venue wristband as verification. Each piece of evidence directly confirmed she was present at the show that night. But the most important factor that ultimately ended the speculation was the timeline itself. It simply didn't align with the claims being made online, no matter how convincing the viral theories had seemed at first glance. Forensic pathologist Dr. Judy Melinek, who was consulted by News Nation, estimated that Celeste likely died sometime between late July and early August 2025. That estimate was based on insect activity and the level of tissue breakdown found inside the vehicle's frunk, and it clearly placed the time of death weeks before the concert footage even existed by roughly 3 to 4 weeks. Even the LAPD eventually felt pressure to acknowledge the situation surrounding the viral clip.
New details have come to light surrounding the death of Celeste Rivas Hernandez. 3 weeks after the body of the 15-year-old was discovered in the front trunk of a Tesla registered to singer David, her death certificate has been released, stating that the teen was not pregnant, nor had she been pregnant in the last year, per the document obtained by TMZ. The report also said an autopsy was performed on Celeste's body prior to it being released to her family on September 23rd, and that the medical examiner is awaiting toxicology results.
During a press conference on September 27th, officials indirectly addressed the speculation, making it clear that online claims were being reviewed but were not supported by evidence tied to the actual investigation. Still, even with verified information and Mia Lopez's identity confirmed beyond any reasonable doubt, parts of the internet refused to move on. Some users kept holding on to the original theory, insisting that what they saw in the viral video meant something more. That reaction showed how powerful the first wave of viral speculation can be, especially when emotions and shock get involved, even after facts come out to contradict it. Now, setting the viral footage aside, the real question becomes what the investigation has actually established about Celeste Rivas Hernandez. As of September 30th, 2025, the Los Angeles Police Department continues to actively investigate her death. The case is being handled by the LAPD Hollywood Division Homicide Unit. And while it is officially classified as a death investigation rather than a confirmed homicide, authorities have stressed an important point. Whoever concealed her body in the vehicle committed a serious criminal act regardless of the exact cause of death. No arrests have been made in the case so far, and no individuals have been officially named as persons of interest, including David, who has stayed out of the spotlight and reportedly canceled his U.S. tour dates as the scrutiny intensified. The situation only added more pressure and speculation, but investigators have not publicly tied him to any charges at this stage.
From what I know, wasn't them Tesla vehicles gave the clearest 4K pictures ever of the shooters of Julio? If that's the case, this goddamn Tesla should be the key. If David did this, he's the dumbest thing on earth. Why the hell would you go in Elon's on-road spaceship that records everything and go do a crime and then leave the body in the trunk? They probably got you chopping her up and probably got all types of... This should be pretty easy for the cops to solve.
On September 29th, the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner's Office released Celeste's death certificate, which confirmed another key detail that shut down a wave of online rumors. She was not pregnant, and there was no evidence she had been pregnant in the year prior to her death. That revelation directly contradicted viral claims that had been spreading rapidly across social platforms. Even with the autopsy completed, officials made it clear that the cause and manner of death were still pending. Toxicology results and additional lab analysis were required before any final conclusions could be made, meaning the medical findings were still incomplete at that stage. That same day, LAPD Captain Scott M. Williams of the Hollywood Area Division gave a rare on-record update to People magazine, providing clarity that directly dismantled the concert theory. He confirmed, "We know for sure that Celeste Rivas Hernandez died and someone placed her body in the front trunk area of David's legal name, Tesla. We know that the Tesla had been parked at the location from which it was towed for several weeks, so it is very likely Celeste Rivas Hernandez had been dead for several weeks prior to her body being discovered." Captain Williams further explained that without a confirmed cause of death, investigators cannot yet determine full criminal responsibility beyond the concealment of the body, though they are still actively probing possible foul play. This timeline detail became especially important because it directly undercut the viral concert footage theory, making it highly unlikely that the balcony sighting could have been connected to Celeste at all. The Tesla in question also picked up parking tickets on August 28th and again on September 3rd, before it was ultimately impounded on September 6th. At first, the official tow report didn't mention anything unusual like odor, but later, investigators say it was that strong, foul smell coming from the vehicle that triggered the deeper search on September 8th, which led to the discovery that changed everything. So where's the investigation actually going now? According to LAPD updates, detectives have been actively building the case through multiple angles, and the focus has only intensified over time. On September 17th, a team of 18 homicide detectives executed a search warrant at David's West Hollywood rental property, located near the area where the Tesla had originally been towed from. During the search, they seized a laptop or computer along with multiple evidence bags containing items that have not been publicly identified. Sources suggest these could include phones or hard drives, but nothing has been officially confirmed, and no arrests were made since David was not present at the property. Investigators also carried out a separate search of the original parking location where the Tesla had been left before it was towed, and they reportedly recovered additional items of interest. The vehicle itself has now become, in the words of one investigator, the most important piece of evidence in the entire case, which shows just how central it is to the ongoing investigation. Now, this is where the technical side of the case becomes especially significant. The forensic processing of the Tesla Model X includes DNA swabs taken from the frunk area with preliminary reports allegedly showing partial prints based on leaked information. Investigators are also analyzing tire tread patterns to reconstruct movement history, along with onboard app and system data. However, there is one major limitation that complicates things. The Sentry Mode camera system was reportedly turned off, meaning there is no surveillance footage from the vehicle itself. Despite that, OBD2 data reveals the last recorded drive occurred around July 28th, starting from David's residence in Los Angeles. Tesla logs, which were reportedly subpoenaed, also show the frunk being opened on July 28th in LA, a detail investigators believe could mark the critical moment when Celeste's body may have been placed inside the vehicle. The investigation has also leaned heavily into digital evidence, and this is where things get even more complex and fast-moving. Subpoenas sent to platforms like Discord, X, and TikTok for Celeste's accounts reportedly uncovered posts about toxic relationships and emotional distress, including geotags that placed her near David's known address. At the same time, investigators requested access to David's phone records, and alleged 2023 direct messages have raised additional concerns related to possible grooming behavior, though none of this has been publicly confirmed in court or charged at this stage. A broader witness canvas has also brought in statements from more than 20 neighbors, with several describing sightings of a teenage girl who may have been Celeste attending gatherings before David's tour began. These accounts are still being verified, but they have added more layers to an already complicated timeline. There is also previously unreleased TMZ footage from August 2024 showing Celeste in what appears to be a tense argument with an unidentified male. That clip has further complicated the early narrative that she had been missing continuously since April 2024, suggesting there may have been more movement and contact than initially understood. Additional emerging leads include reports of fake IDs, allegedly used by Celeste, to appear 19 when entering clubs, which some believe may have connected her to individuals within David's social circle. Her family has also provided photographs showing bruising on Celeste's body, though these images are undated and are currently undergoing review by investigators to determine context and timing. But this is where the conversation takes a sharper turn, because the biggest issue here is not just the investigation itself. It's how the viral concert footage misidentification impacted everything around it. Even though that allegation was debunked within roughly 48 hours of going viral, the ripple effects were already widespread. It intensified public suspicion toward David in ways that weren't fully supported by evidence at the time. Online users began doxing Mia Lopez before her identity was confirmed, and the situation escalated quickly into harassment and misinformation spreading across platforms. While there are still legitimate investigative questions that need answers, the viral concert theory injected a wave of speculation that complicated public understanding of the case, making it harder to separate verified facts from viral narratives and turning parts of the discussion into chaotic online mob behavior instead of evidence-based analysis. This case really highlights the dangers of online vigilantism in high-profile death investigations, similar to what has been seen in other widely discussed cases involving figures like Maury Davis or Gabby Petito. Celeste's family has repeatedly asked the public to direct any real information or tips to the LAPD at 213-485-2500, stressing that what they need is justice based on facts, not rumor-driven speculation spreading across social media. This entire situation, blending celebrity attention, tragedy, and fast-moving digital mob behavior, shows how quickly unverified claims can take over a narrative. Once that happens, it can distort the search for truth and cause real harm to people who are not proven to be involved or responsible for anything. It also makes it harder to separate evidence from viral assumptions. When something appears to neatly fit a story already forming in people's minds, it becomes even more important to slow down and question it. Are we actually looking at verified evidence, or are we just seeing what confirms what we already believe? That distinction matters more than ever in cases like this, where misinformation can spread faster than official updates. As of now, the investigation remains open. DNA testing from materials recovered in the vehicle, along with detailed analysis of Tesla's onboard technical data, is still ongoing. Authorities have not reached final conclusions, and several key forensic results are still pending review. The next major updates are expected to come in mid-October, when toxicology results are anticipated, along with a more complete digital evidence review. If the case shifts toward a confirmed homicide classification, additional warrants and legal actions could follow. David has continued to remain silent publicly, while the family has reportedly pushed for potential federal involvement if progress slows down. What is confirmed is this. A 15-year-old girl has died under deeply concerning and unresolved circumstances. Her body was discovered in a way that raises serious questions, and someone is responsible for what happened to her and for placing her remains inside that vehicle. Ultimately, justice for Celeste Rivas Hernandez depends on verified evidence and careful investigative work, not viral theories, internet speculation, or assumptions drawn from grainy footage, but a methodical process that follows facts wherever they lead, even if the answers take time to fully uncover. The concert footage saga shows how quickly things can spiral when people rush to solve a mystery online, trying to be the one who cracks the case first. In reality, that kind of speed can do real damage, hitting innocent people like Mia Lopez who get dragged into the chaos without warning. It also hurts the investigation itself, because detectives end up wasting time and resources chasing down false claims instead of focusing on real leads that could actually help bring justice for Celeste. Thank you for watching this video. If you want more cases like this, click one of the boxes on your screen right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment your thoughts because your voice matters in conversations like this.